Hello there everybody, this is Filament Corner, the corner of filament, corner of fun, and I have an assistant with me today. I hope the light's not blinding you like it is me.
It is.
Now, this has been long overdue and I've been wanting to do it, but I've had different things pop up and I've been doing some testing. So originally, Solutech sent me some rolls for review, and normally I do one roll and then I review it, but I've done a couple of rolls. In fact, I went and bought some Solutech off of Amazon, and that was because partly I wanted to see what a paying customer could experience, and I've had some mixed results and I'm here to share them with you, but we will continue how I normally do these. So first things first, the spool. This is a 1 kilogram or a 2.2 pound spool. It's like a lot of the, I don't know if you'd call it standard, but it's similar to a lot of different spools, only obviously it's got their name really bolded and it's got a QR code. You know, it says Solutech 3D printer filament, and the way it works is the inside will have a silica pack in it for keeping the filament nice and moisture free, but it also has these cards, and I've got a bunch of them here. It has these cards, and these cards, well, all they tell you is nozzle temperature. So in this case for PLA, it says nozzle temp, and it says 190 to 220 for the normal PLA, and on the back of it, it just says 3D Solutech, and then it's got a website. Now, I don't like this, and there's a reason. Most brands, they'll put this on the spool as a sticker, and that's the way I like it. I like that they provide the information, but the thing about these cards is, what if somehow it doesn't get into the spool, and then the customer receives it. They may be the first time buying it, and they think, oh, well, it doesn't have no temps to no recommended manufacturer temps, when that's not the case. Some filaments do that, but they provide nozzle temps, and it's not that big of a deal because you can look online at the website, but it's one of those first impression type of things. And one of the rolls that I bought, it was ultra, it wasn't the normal, did not have that card. And if I still have the recording laying around, I'll throw it in. I opened it up, it was sealed to show that it didn't have the card. So that should be a sticker on here. I mean, they've already got one sticker here telling me that it's PLA, telling me the color, the diameter, and the weight. Just make that sticker a little bit bigger, or put another sticker on here. That's personally what I think they should do. Just so that way there's a better chance it's on the spool for those first impressions, because they do make a customer or a I'm not buying that and I'm not recommending it type of deal. Now, with that said, one other thing is, all the spools that I've had, they all come with these little handy dandy clips that hold the filament. Now, the spool does have holes as well, but they come with these little clips, and I'm pretty certain they're 3D printed. All I know is they're pretty fragile, so don't be surprised if it breaks. But it's interesting that they do that, because I've not really seen any other brand out there do that. Now, what was you looking at? Oh, he's in at the holes? Yeah. Now, I've got several different colors here, and So I've told you one of the problems that I had, but I've got two more. Now, right off the bat, the filament printed beautifully. The only stringing that I had was a little tiny bit in supports, and I easily knocked that out. So this is the first thing that I printed. I printed out a couple of these skulls. It's white. It gets dirty over time. It's unfortunate, but so those skulls, they printed out beautifully. The only stringing that I had was a little tiny bit in supports for the jaw, and in these little areas right here, there's no stringing in there, and it just printed beautifully right off the bat, and that was what I liked. So they actually gave me a couple of spools of white. It was supposed to have been flexible, but it was actually white. So there's a
PLA.
Yes, it's PLA. So there's a Plunderbuss Pete.
It's hard to get a good picture of him. I don't know if you need something behind him or what. Okay, I think that's helping some.
So yeah, there's Plunderbuss Pete, and I think he come out really nice.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh yeah.
Now I printed him at a 0.2 layer height, and I think he came out real nice. No stringing or anything. And that was what I really liked, was right off the bat I was getting decent prints. And some filaments I have to really work to get them dialed in, but this one, it could just be experience from other filaments, or it could just be that it's just that easy to print with. Now, of course, the lion, he is, I don't think he's no longer in season as much as he was, but whenever I saw these, I had to at least try it, and I think he come out real nice. Now, of course, we swept his mane back, but I mean, it just printed good. I mean, and then, well, that's where the second problem happened. This was a print that I was printing for another printer, and well, the problems happened. So I had what appeared to be a clog.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
And you can tell where the clog hit, and you can see that this is all under extruded. Well, I cleaned it out, but then I found something. And I've got it right here. At first I thought it was maybe a piece of dust, so I tried dusting it off, and it wouldn't come off. So I believe that it's a particle, because it won't dust off.
Oh yeah, I'm picking it up.
Well, I asked Solutech about this because this is obviously a big problem. They said that, you know, it was a mistake and that it was a bad roll. And other than the one clog and this, that was the only time I experienced it. However, it's still there, which was a problem. Now, it's either dumb luck or somebody is mastermind levels of smarts, but whenever I did the unboxing, I got 2 rolls of PLA instead of a roll of flexible. Well, after seeing this, I went and looked, and that's why I have both the spools here. I went and looked at it, and it turns out they're the same lot number, or batch number, whatever you want to call it. 160100027. It's the same. So I hope that.
Let's see if I can zoom in on them. I don't know where the number's located. Is it down on that little paper?
It's down on the little stickers.
Oh, I don't know if I can get that. No, I can't get that. Wait, maybe I can. Yep, I got it on that one. Let's see, it's blurring. Yep, I got it on that one.
So I thought, okay, they said it was a mistake in the batch number. Well, these have the same number on them. So I'll run that one, and that one didn't have any problems at all. Here, I'll show you an example. So this is a prototype for my Zbrace and wand handle, and I've got the wand handle, I've got a Zbrace on it of this material, and I didn't find no problems in it. I didn't find no particles. And in all the other rolls, I have yet to find any more particles. So I kind of do believe that it was just a mistake. But I wanted to show you guys, so that way you know before you buy. Now, if you saw the unboxing video, I got a Zone Star, and I'm messing around with dual extrusion, and don't look, I was getting it dialed in whenever I was also testing if the Solutech PLAs would blend together, so I know they're not the best, but I wanted to show you that they will blend. I know they're not the best dual extrusion, but I was working on dialing it in and testing how well they would work together. So I wanted to show that off for you guys. Now, I've told you two of the problems. Well, the third problem happened with the roll that I bought, and that was the navy blue. And that roll, right at the start, the spool was just a little bit like it was tangled. The end was tangled underneath another bit of filament at the end, and it didn't take but 2 seconds to untangle it. If I've still got that video file, I'll put it up. So it was easy to undo, but it was tangled. It was a small tangle, and that is a problem. So you could consider it minor, but you guys need to know about it before you go and buy it. So here's my heart, and it was printed in the navy blue for soap pouring, and I mean, it came out pretty nice looking.
Turn it up like that so it shows the shape.
That's where most of the blue went, was testing different columns to see if I was getting any stringing with a colored variant of the filament. And I've got some other ones over here to show you. So, didn't really get no stringing on this one either. And the filament, it's only around $20 on Amazon, and you can get the Prime benefits as well, which is pretty nice. So here's the yellow. They provided me a color so I could show a comparison on what a color will look like versus the white. So here's a hollow rocket that I did in vase mode on the Tronxy, and it came out pretty good. I saw one issue down here on the fins, but other than that, the tip, that's the printer up there. That's not really the filament, but I think it looks pretty good for what it is. And I did a little Lego Benchy on the Tronxy as well, and I think it come out pretty well. I didn't have no stringing with these colored variants. So yeah, print out some of these filament filters. They open and close. So that is the Solutech normal PLA. Now, I had some problems, and originally, after I got that clog, I was very apprehensive about even so much as recommending it because of the clog. And I know companies will tell you, well, it was a mistake, but that's the same lot number, and I've done the colored rolls, and I've not found any more of those. So I personally do think that it was a mishap. I expect it from companies. I mean, we're talking a lot of filament being made, and it's in a big area. Personally, I find it amazing that they get most of the filament as clean as they get it. That's why I always use these, because I've had rolls that have had dust and all different kinds of stuff right out of the bag, and but that's not a dust particle from what I can tell.
It's inside of the filament.
It feels like it's embedded in the filament, but that would be what I consider the majorest problem. The cards, you could consider that a minor problem, and they just need to turn that into a sticker, slap it on the rolls, fixed.
That would help their business too.
I mean, I guess one of the benefits is you could use it to level the bed, but I mean, that's the only real benefit I see of doing it that way. And the spool, that was the only place where it was really tangled, and it was only underneath. It honestly looked like somebody did it intentionally to, like they were closing off the end of the filament through a hole.
Keep it from unrolling.
To keep it from unrolling. But I haven't seen that on any of the other rolls, which is why I believe that it was a mistake. So, I don't know if I would say go out and buy a bunch of rolls, because I had problems. But if you have maybe $20, you got Amazon Prime, you want to try it out 2 days, it gets to your house, you can try a roll of it, see if you like it, because it just printed right out of the gate really nice, and that was what I liked about it, and that's why I even went. And I'm going to probably end up buying more, because I need to get some more filament, and I might try some different colors. But that was my review on it. It's overdue, I know, and I have more to do. We've also got the flexible. I finally got a roll of it, and I've got the ultra as well. So, with that said, I hope this has been helpful, and I will bid you good day or night. Goodbye.